Pitts right now. His framework 6'6", and he's probably 250 when the season starts. It's gonna be very, very, very unique to pair up with Mike Gesicki. Makes it a duo, kind of like a Rock Gronkowski or Hernandez type of feel. Brand new episode, E on the mic, episode 24. I am your host, E, aka Ethan, and we are back in this new episode today. Today we're going to talk about the one and only Fins Up Nation, Miami Dolphins, day one fan here. We're just going to go over all the free agency, who I think we should draft in this draft in the first round, and then maybe in a couple of rounds I'll talk about briefly, but I'll definitely get into the draft series. But before we get into those lovely trades that we did with the draft picks and stuff like that, let's talk about free agency. A huge shocker that we picked up Will Fuller, the wide receiver out of Houston Texans. That was the biggest shock to me of all things. I think that helps us, especially with the wide receiver core with Parker, and then with Preston Williams. Hopefully he can get better. I say better, hopefully, because he's injury prone. He's kind of like similar to Parker, how he played the first few years. But Will Fuller, man, I loved him out of Houston Texans. I love how he played when he was the number one slot and when he was second behind Hopkins. There you go. I almost forgot the man's name. Behind Hopkins. And he's a very explosive type of player. I know he's suspended for a game, but this is a great ad. And also another ad to mention, Malcolm Brown is also another. It's a running back from the Rams. I kind of like him, but do I promise that he's going to be the future running back? No, I feel like we're going to get something in the draft to help that situation. But going back to Will Fuller is a beast. He's a beast. Before he got suspended, that Detroit Lions game, beautiful game. And I was so happy because I had him in fantasy, so that's even the craziest part. But besides the point, Will Fuller will help this team a lot, especially with the second slot, hugely. Especially with the young quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa, who is, as you've seen those videos, he's been training his behind off. I'm telling you. Wait till the season starts. Tua's gonna be good. I'm telling you this right now. I know he was rehabbing last year. Yes, he went 6-3 because of his defense. Yada yada yada. He got benched by Fitzpatrick not once but twice. Yes, I understand that. But at the same time, Tua is a young quarterback. Did anybody expect Peyton Manning to go 3-13 coming out of Tennessee in '98 with the Colts? Was there high expectations to go 13-3 in the first year for Peyton Manning? I think not. But then again, you probably would say it's a different time zone. Different time zone. What am I talking about? Different time. I meant different time. Like, of course, there was no internet like that. That's how it is today. Things like that. That don't matter, man. I'm just saying. I'm putting things out there for you guys. Honestly. Putting some examples how people be hating on a young quarterback and throwing him under the bus. I understand Josh Rosen. I mean, not the coaching regime, but I still felt he could have stayed with the Cardinals. But the Cardinals got Kyler Murray, so enough of that. Going right back to Miami, another big move we did was let go of Mac Hawk, which you probably got $4 million out of it. I guess we didn't really appreciate him with the trickery down here. But we do sign a punter. His punter name is Michael Pallery, who was a Carolina Panther. I think this is like his 7th or 8th team already, but he's been with the Panthers for about a good 4 years. So we'll see what he does, what type of specialty that Brian Flores can come up with that punter. But Jason Sanders deserves that contract he got from us. Another huge name that I heard, Adam Butler and Bernardic McKinney. Now if you guys came from TikTok, you probably thought I said the wrong name. And Deshaun Watson is not traded. April Fools, he's not going to get traded. Oh, watch this backfires now that I say this now. But since April Fools is around the corner, Deshaun Watson got traded, guys. Psych, mother. Like, I'm just saying, those are gonna be good for linebacker, but I still feel we can get something in the draft for a linebacker position. But some good pieces can help Jerome Baker and Andrew Van Ginkel in that group, especially, which was a kind of loss how we lost Kyle Van Noy in free agency and Ted Karras to New England. But I guess we're just trying to see more on cap space for Miami. That's how I feel for Miami. And then the center that we replaced with his name is Matt Surku. I probably said that wrong in the last part, but hey, but he came from Baltimore Ravens. He's a center. We'll see how he does with Miami, but I think he will be very special for us unless we get something special in the draft. That's what I feel. And then another player from Washington is Robert Foster Jr. Very interesting wide receiver. I heard him glimpse there in Washington. I heard that from, shout out to Robbie from the Rum Boys. He's a diehard Washington football fan, and he knows his stuff there. But that man, he's shown some flashes, so I'm hoping he can show those flashes here. Will he make this roster spot? That will be determined, but we'll see what we get in the remaining of free agency, which I know free agency is dead, but after the draft, we'll see where we go from there. But now, since I'm talking about the draft, let's talk about the draft. So, as you know, last Friday, the Dolphins were busy going from number 3, going to all the way to the 49ers, number 12, as we get 2 first rounds from the 49ers from the next year and the following year. So that's 2022 and 2023. So you're probably thinking, okay, that's probably it. The Dolphins ain't going to do much moves. However, we traded to the number 6 spot from the Eagles, and we gave the Eagles the first round, but we moved to 6, which gives the question, who does Miami pick at number 6? Or do they trade down? To me, I don't know. I don't see anybody moving up to 6. But you got to think about it. Number 1, obviously, Jacksonville's going to get Trey Lance. That's no brainer. Number 2 could be Zach Wilson for the Jets. Or, surprise the whole entire world, picks an offensive line from Oregon. Who knows? Then number 3 spot, the 49ers, they're either looking for Trey Lance or Justin Fields. I don't think so about Mac Jones. But one of those 3. And the Falcons either going to get something in the defense or surprise the world with a quarterback. I know I got some backlashes from the quarterback, but it could happen. And then you look at the Bengals. The Bengals are looking for a wide receiver. They might get Kyle Pitts. I don't know. I still feel that the Bengals should get an offensive line to protect Joe Burrow. But then you land to Miami. The number 6 pick. Who should Miami pick? Now there's Jamar Chase in there. You got Waddle, which I think Waddle will be too much. Although he's a speedy wide receiver and he could be a potential punt returner if we let go Jakeem Grant. That's the only if, but I don't think Jakeem Grant's going to be going anywhere. But that would be a good position, especially as a good punt returner. If you saw that game against LSU back when Joe Burrow was still in LSU. And then you still got Devontae Smith. I understand his fracture there. But the pick I really want to see Miami select, it's a crazy idea. I understand we have Mike Gesicki, but Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida. Now, hear me out. I know people are already probably about to click out of this video right now. But Kyle Pitts right now, his framework, 6'6", and he's about to be 250 when the season starts. It's going to be very, very, very unique to pair up with Mike Gesicki. Makes that a dual kind of like a Rock Gronkowski or Hernandez type of feel. Who knows? I think this will be great for us, especially with, once again, our young quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. In the SEC, and Kyle Pitts has shown some toughness, and he's shown toughness. He's shown he can be a playmaker. He can help you in the end zone. It's kind of like how Mike Gesicki is, but if you share those balls around them, and then we get the wide receiver core going, this team's could be really gonna be hard to stop. Especially, look for example, Travis Kelce. I don't understand Travis Kelce got selected in the fourth round and all that, and it's too high to pick a tight end that high. But that talent though, from Kyle Pitts, looks greatly potential, and I could see a lot of great things coming our way if we select Kyle Pitts. Now, I would love anybody that I just mentioned Waddle's probably going to be too high. I don't think Waddle's going to make it there. But I think it's going to come down to Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts. Me personally, I was whole on Devontae Smith at number 3 when I first started this. But now I'm more leaning to Kyle Pitts. His frame size, once again, he's a playmaker, and I think this could be helpful for Miami. And he can also help the blocking game as well, which Mike Gesicki also struggles on at the same time. We have to always get to like some tight ends. They'll be okay in the passing game, but they're mostly potentially more on blocking. So if we can get some type of player, kind of like a Rob Gronkowski, where he can catch the ball, be dangerous down the field, and can block, will be a great potential for Miami. Now, you're probably wondering, what are we going to do with the number 18th pick? Well, we still got some needs we got to fill, right? We got the O-line, we got the linebacker position, we still got the running back to kind of deal with. I think our wide receiver we may draft somebody in the second or third. I know we already said tight end, and it's kind of consider wide receiver position a little bit, But at the same time, we might get something in the safety, in the corners maybe, or the safeties, because I know sometime in the future we're gonna let go of some of our corners. Like Bobby McCain will probably be gone either this year or next year. I think Bobby McCain, he's a great player, but he's getting old, and you know how Brian Flores. Look at Kyle Van Noy. He's already back in New England. He's only still 29. So his man loves the young players. I'm telling you, Brian Flores loves them young. But at the same time, as much as I want to go for O-line, where they can get this Texas O-lineman, will be great potential for us, although he probably has some work to fix on. But a running back that kind of gets similar to Derrick Henry is Najee Harris. I would love to see Najee Harris with Miami. He's a great potential. He can catch the ball, which that's the most thing I love about running backs. If they can catch the ball and run, they're very dangerous. Look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a beast on the field. And if you let him loose, kiss your game goodbye, honestly. Good luck trying to stop him from becoming the game's MVP, honestly. It's just very unique for Miami. We need to get this guy. And have Malcolm Brown as a top. I understand now Myles Gaskin, he's still a great running back for us, no question about it. I think he's a good third option. I think Patrick Allaire is probably, his time is almost done with us. I haven't seen too much improvement. I thought he would improve after his rookie season, but didn't show me too much bright. I understand our offensive line has not been well. I understand people probably want to get our offensive line at the number 18 spot, but I still feel that we can still find some talent on the O-line in the second round, especially since we have 2 selections in that round and 2 other selections in round 3. So, excuse me. But I think we just need to find some skills players and then build it from there. I think we have some good pieces that we have, some rookies that we got last year. I think they're going to be built up great, and some veterans we brought in the free agency. I feel that's going to be helpful as well. But for the first round, I think we should go for Kyle Pitts and Najee Harris. Those are the 2 players I'm looking for the most for Miami to select, and they're going to be great players. I feel they could be very impactful for us, especially since, once again, like I said, Will Fuller's going to be suspended for either a game or 2, and then. I understand Kyle Pitts is not a wide receiver, but he can be helpful, especially since we will not have Will Fuller. So, with that being said, I don't know. I gotta see what Miami goes with. I still have a feeling Miami is still gonna get an offensive line in the first round, but in my term, I feel Kyle Pitts is the guy to go for, and then next Najee Harris, because the Steelers are looking for a running back, and Najee Harris goes to Steelers. Man, I'm not going to be too happy with it, but it happens. It's kind of like with everything I try to predict with Miami. But at the end of the day, I would love to pick. Depends on it. As long as it's not Deion Jordan, number 3. We don't have the number 3 spot, thankfully, no more. But number 6 spot, I say Kyle Pitts. Number 18, Najee Harris. And that's really what I have for the draft for the first round. And definitely, of course, we'll have a recap to this. If you guys stick around to the last part of this minute, thank you. I really appreciate you listening to this whole episode right here of E on the Mic, episode 24. I appreciate everybody that has been listening to me. You're a real listener to me, and I think you guys are all awesome. I appreciate you guys. I will be having a Patreon opening up soon to help support E on the Mic. either probably $1 or $2 to help support this channel. It would be mean a lot for me, and not just me. You might see some background stuff. Who knows? As the days goes on. But until the next time, I'm E on the mic, aka E, and I'll see you in the next episode on episode 25. Maybe have a special guest, or maybe solo. Who knows? Until then, see you then.